Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the shed. I am Lonnie, and we have some eBay orders to pull today. It's Friday morning. You'll probably be seeing this on Saturday, I think. But yeah, pretty good sales, actually very good sales day on eBay yesterday, which coincided, of course, as good sales days usually do, with a little bit of listing. And I listed pretty heavy yesterday, for me anyways, relatively heavy. But let's go ahead and pull some orders. First up, Johnny Lightning, Street Freaks, Lincoln, Future, American Glory. Okay, that's a long cube. Okay, so there's supposedly a Johnny Lightning up here in this cube. I don't remember that. Okay, it must be right here. This must be it right here. Yeah, American Glory Speed Freaks. This is going out to Kevin in Colorado. Thank you very much, Kevin. And Kevin bought something else, I believe, on the other store. Yeah, $14.99 plus shipping on top for that. I hope you like it, Kevin. Thank you. Sold a Cave Woman comic that I listed just the other day. We're looking for $184. I think I definitely have to be careful on these. Yeah, okay. I have a post-it note strategically placed. I think, yeah, this is it. Jungle Tales. It's signed by the artist slash author. I think he's both. Bud 2006. It's got the, no, it doesn't have a certificate on it. Anyway, I got 20, how much? $22.99 plus shipping on top. Then I was digging around, like just looking for what I wanted to list yesterday. And I think off of this, had a couple of games and stuff. I got a lot of stuff over here, random little stuff. But one of the things I listed was this, right here, Game of Thrones Risk. And this I bought at a garage sale. I don't remember how much it was. $5 or less, I'm sure. I don't remember where I got this or how much I paid, to be honest. This is the kind of thing I would only pay about $5 for, though. This thing is heavy. It's got a lot of pieces. The outer box is not sealed, but inside everything is still unpunched. Cards are sealed. Everything's unused on the inside. So I got $39.99 plus shipping on top for that. Okay, moving over to the main store. I think it's in here. Ugh. I think this is it, actually. This is a Sony micro cassette recorder thing. Don't remember buying that either. Usually spend $1 or $2 on these kind of things. But anyways, this M629V, when I tested it, it's probably a bad belt or something like that. And the tape would drag on playback or recording or whatever. So I just sold it as parts, $9.99 plus shipping on top. Here is the other thing, or one of the other things, because he actually bought 3 things. It's Kevin. Let me move this at the top. We can take a little better look. He bought a Troy Tulowitzki. I think, yep, it's this one right here. Bought a Troy Tulowitzki autograph photograph. There we go. This is that's one of the better photos I've seen for that stuff. I don't know that much about baseball at all, so I'd never heard of Troy Tulowitzki until I listed this thing. But I got $34.99 plus shipping on top for that. And then the other thing, the third thing that Kevin bought was this right here. Priscilla. This is a Clark Gnome, and it said it's signed, so I hope it is, and I think it is. Look, right there, the artist signed it. I always like to see $45 is what it went for whenever it was in a store somewhere. I got $12.99 plus shipping on top for that. Thank you very much, Kevin. I hope you like your 3 items. I'm gonna be able to combine this and this together in one box, and then this is just gonna have to ship separate. There's really no way to combine this, and that. No smart way anyway. Just listed some gloves the other day too, baseball gloves, and glad to see that one of them sold anyways. I think it's this one right here, maybe. Looking for a Louisville Slugger Genesis. I'm pretty sure this is it. Just looking for where it says Genesis on it. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, this sold for $10.99 plus shipping on top. It's just going to go in a poly mailer. It'll ship for probably, I think, 8 or 9 ounces, something like that. This is something I listed just yesterday. It's this big Batman statue. I'm not going to open it up right this second, but basically the only thing I'm going to have to do to pack this, oh, I sold it for $4.99 plus shipping. The only thing I'm going to have to do to pack that up, it's all because everything's already nestled in little compartments in the styrofoam, but what I'm going to do is take a little bit of this foam and put it in between the pieces and the styrofoam just to give it a little extra cushion. And then I'm going to have to find a big box and do a wrap on this styrofoam with the big box, and then I'll bring it to UPS. But that was a very good sale. I just listed it too. All right, over on the Pop B shelf, I have a monster truck, Superman monster truck, that sold $29.99 plus shipping on top for this. And then one more thing to pull, and that is Stamp It Up stamp from my heart. Okay, it's a double one right here. And will they fit on one shelf yet? Yeah, they all pretty much fit. I had to put this one down here. But at one point when I first bought those Stamp It Up stamps, they took up all 5 of these little shelves, and now I fit it on one, so I have approximately 20% left. So, oh, what did this one sell for? Anyways, it sold for $11.99 plus shipping. Okay, got a good bit of the packing done. Still have to pack this, and it just so happens I just unloaded another batch of 12 by 12 by 8 boxes, number 7s, and this looks good. I like that. So I'm gonna cut this down, and I may use a little more cardboard just to stiffen things up, but using this to help pack this flat will work out good, and it should ship for about 2 pounds. Well, good morning everyone. It is Saturday morning now, and yesterday was an interesting day. So I did actually get more box resizers in, a lot more. There's actually a few more than this that I did get in. These are the S, means that they have stickers like this, and the rest of them do not. I also had to pick up some more stickers for my printer, and I actually have my daughter working on, she's helping me now because school is over for her, and she's not helping like full-time or anything, but I do have her. One job she's doing is she's putting stickers on knives, and it's basically cut open the packaging, put the sticker on the knife, put it back in the packaging, and tape it shut. And I pay her for that based on the piece. It's a really, don't worry, it's a really good deal for her. I would have jumped at that deal when I was her age, and I mean accounting for inflation too. So anyway, that's nice to offload a little bit of that, so I can do my normal thing. I'm still going to be packing and labeling and all that stuff, the knives, but it's nice to offload at least that one step. I actually, when I got this batch of knives, they actually sent them on a pallet, on a 18-wheeler, and I didn't know that. I should have, because it was like 350 pounds of them. But the driver called me yesterday, and he said, hey, I've got this pallet for you. And I'm like, oh, here's the knives. And I agreed to meet him at a neighborhood Walmart instead of him bringing them directly here. The Walmart's about 6 minutes away from here or something. I agreed to meet him there just because I knew it was going to be easier for him. We live on a small gravel street with 5 houses on it. It would have been really difficult for him to get in and out with his 18-wheeler, so it was no big deal to meet him, and he had the lift gate on it and stuff. So yeah, I think I'm finally at the point now where there's enough saturation of these box resizers where I'll be able to keep them in stock perpetually, hopefully, and maybe sell a couple a day. That's kind of where I was hoping to get to, where it would be like a, ship 2, 3, 4, 5 a day, and nice little side thing without being too serious. I think I'm finally at that point. So but if y'all were waiting for knives, I have plenty in stock. So as you can see, each one of these boxes is a dozen knives, and there is another row back here behind that. So, and I have more on the way, and I think that might be the last order I have to do for a while. So it's been fun. It's been interesting little project. But let's do some questions from the last video or two. Mark, trying to read, Mark Bui. Hope I'm saying that right, Mark. Lonnie, you are very trusting of that tape. I may over tape some, but it would scare me to death to put one piece of tape across the seam and another smaller piece perpendicular, LOL. So the reason I read that one is there's a few people that said I didn't use enough tape, and if you think that you should use more tape, then I think that you should use more tape. I don't always use 2 pieces of tape to seal up one end of a box. If something is heavier, or I'm in the mood, or I'm frankenboxing or whatever, some packages I use a lot of tape. Like, I even have some that are like mostly tape and I have some where I use very little tape. It's just whatever I think is good enough for that box I use. I will say though that I don't recall ever having a package that I know of anyways, that it came open because of the tape. I don't think that's ever happened, but that doesn't matter. If you think you should use more tape, then you should use more tape, because ultimately it comes down to you need to pack it. You're responsible for your package, right? And that sounds that sounds kind of weird. You're responsible for your own package. But you're responsible for your own package. You're the one, like you said, it would scare me to death. A lot of things that we do for peace of mind, and peace of mind it's valuable. So if putting more tape or putting an invoice in the package in case the label comes off and somebody can go in the package and find out where it's supposed to go and ship it out, if things like that, or buying insurance on packages that I wouldn't necessarily buy insurance on, if things like that give you peace of mind, then I'm all for it, because peace of mind has a lot of value, because we have to be able to sleep at night. Darren Eckelman, who is local. Darren lives maybe 10 minutes away from here, so hello, Darren. Hey, Lonnie, how do you predetermine shipping weight and box size without pre-packing the item when listing? Usually I know what box I'm going to use to ship something. So the dimensions typically, except for some rare occasions, for instance, these 2 big figures that I'm going to be listing today or tomorrow, I'm not sure which, these are ones where I don't know like what box necessarily. I'm probably just going to do a wrap, but I'll have to weigh these, measure them, and then add a little bit extra measurements for the packing on the outside. And I'll add, a couple of pounds for the boxing or whatever, and then I'll plug it in and it'll be about right. But those are pretty rare. Like, this kind of thing is pretty rare for me to ship. But I'm careful whenever I do something like this, because this is the kind of thing where a mistake on the dimensions and the weight, mostly the dimensions, can cost you a lot of money if you don't get it right. But most things that I ship, they're going in a box that's less than 12 by 12 by 12, less than a cubic foot. There's not really a whole lot of concern about dimensional weight, but I'll take something, and it's a lot of guesswork, right? Or it's a lot of, and when I say guess, I don't mean wild guess. I mean, a guess based on experience, or even if I have some concern, like if it's close, like if I want to take this cup right here and I put it on the scale and I'm like, oh man, 0.74, that's 12 ounces. By the time I put that in a box and I put some bubbles or some foam or whatever, And, you know, at that point, you even got to think about what's your label going to weigh, which, you know, if you put like a thank you card and all that, what is the total weight going to be? When it gets that close, then I might take, like, if I'm going to sell a bunch of them like I did with these, I'm going to actually pack the thing up all the way, put it on the scale and weigh it out. But if it's just a one-off thing like that, what I might do is I might take a box, stack it on top. I'm gonna, 1.12. So yeah, that's gonna be a pound. So then at that point, I would just punch in eBay 8 by 8 by 8, 1 to 2 pounds, and let it roll. So a lot of guesswork based on experience. And then like video games and stuff like that, I'll punch in 5 or 6 ounces because I've sold enough of those to know it's somewhere in that realm. And if you're off by an ounce here or there, it's not going to make a big difference. But whenever the places I pay attention are when I'm close to a break. Like if I think it's going to be close to hitting, you know, 3 pounds instead of 2 pounds, then I start to pay a little more attention. But mostly it's just guesswork. Uncle Krog. Okay, Lonnie, let's talk personal preferences. I am somewhat of an OCD person, and it would drive me absolutely insane that both the benches were not the same height. When you talked about getting the new bench and said it was going to be another one just like the first, I thought, cool, they'll be the same height, and the new one just be an extension of the old one. But no, you bought one that was completely different, and now every time I watch one of your videos, I cringe just a little. And I'll let y'all read the rest of it. So yeah, they're not the same height, and I am not OCD. Obviously, y'all know that if you've watched any number of my videos. I'm not OCD at all. But yeah, this does not bother me. Would it have been nice if they're the same height? Yeah, sure. Does it bother me? Nah, it doesn't. I don't care. But I know some people it does bother. If you're OCD, it's probably very, very difficult to watch this channel. So I don't know what to tell you, because I'm just not. I'll probably trigger a lot of people. But I do love having this bench. And there's really not, there wouldn't be a very easy way. I guess the easiest way would be to put this on shorter casters, and I could get it a little lower. But again, I just don't care. Sorry, Krog. Bao Tran. I think I'm saying that right. Hey, Lonnie, if you didn't have your YouTube channel, do you think you would enjoy reselling less? I don't know. I definitely enjoy doing the YouTube channel. I enjoy doing more than one thing, like reselling, YouTube. I've added in this private label thing here. I like having a couple of different things going on. So I think I would probably enjoy reselling less if that's all I did was reselling. I think I would get bored with it. So I'm glad to have several different things going on to kind of break up the day. But it does take focus away from reselling. Like, I'm not as good of a reseller, I think, as if, you know, if I didn't do anything else but resell, I don't know if I would sell more. I think I probably would. If all I did was list and pack, and that's all, in source every day, if that's all I did, I think I would probably sell a little more, honestly. But YouTube is very enjoyable, and yeah, I like the main thing for me is lifestyle now. And by that I mean I have the freedom to do a lot of other things if I want to, and I have some ideas and some plans and stuff. And the cool thing is that you don't have to pick one thing. You don't have to label yourself if you're self-employed. You're not restricted. You don't have to wear one hat. Like, if I want to incorporate some other thing, it doesn't have to be a big deal. Maybe it consumes an hour or two a week while I try it out. And then if it's successful, then I expand it a little bit. And if it's not, I cut bait, maybe try something else. I just like having the freedom to do what I want. And I have that within the confines of the rules of like eBay and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely doing multiple things enriches my life, for sure, and makes things a lot more fun. Brian says, hey Lonnie, question about simple export rate. What do you put under the international shipping section on the eBay listing if your item qualifies for a simple export rate? Do you set it as no international shipping and then they message you for the rates? Thanks for the clarification. Okay, when I choose to ship something, offer simple export rate on something, I just go to my little chart right here. And what I'll do is I'll add international shipping, flat rate. I'll do a flat rate. I'll figure out how much it costs me to go to Canada, and then I'll figure out how much it costs me to go to rest of world, and I'll add 2 flat rates. I'll add one to Canada and one to rest of world. You could do that in eBay, and I'll literally punch in how much it costs based on that chart right there. So yeah, there's nothing called simple export rate that you can choose from a drop down on eBay. You just have to do, I do international first class package because that's what it is, and then flat rate, and then put the rate from that chart. All right, gang, that is going to be it for today. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see y'all again soon. Bye-bye.